Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at this problem and we're going to solve for the area of a sector. So as you guys can see, we are given a radius of 15 centimeters and a measure of 8 pi over 5 in radians, so 8 pi over 5. And the area of a sector is just this colored part. So you can kind of think of it as like a pizza. So all of this pizza covered place is going to be, we're going to try to find the area of that place. So let's go ahead on how to find that. Well, I am dealing with radians here, and I can deal with radians, but for me personally, it's just kind of difficult to kind of imagine what 8 pi over 5 is in terms of this pi. Like, I don't really know how much of the pi that really is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to divide that into 2 pi. So I have 8 pi. So I'm gonna get 8 pi here. 8 pi over 5 and the entire circle, right, that entire circle is 2 pi, right? So that entire, if the length, not the length, but the radians, in terms of radians, the entire circle is 2 pi, then we know that we're trying to find what part of is 8 pi over 5 is it to the whole, which is 2 pi. Okay, this is 2 pi, right? So let's go ahead and solve for this, and then it will help us to simplify the problem. So we know that 2 pi is the same thing as 2 pi over 1, right? And so we got 8 pi over 5 times, or divided by 2 pi over 1, right? So 8 pi over 5 divided by 8 pi over 5 divided by 2 pi over 1, 2 pi over 1. So we know that when we divide, we have to actually use multiplication here and multiply that. And then when we turn this division into multiplication, we have to flip this, right? Make the denominator be the numerator and the numerator become the denominator. Why? That's another story. But for now, just know that if you want to convert this into fractions, like what part is this length right here? Let's see, I'll show you. What part is this length right here to the entire whole, right? What part is the red compared to the entire whole? Then we just have to use this method for now, okay? And so let's keep going. So we got 8 pi times 1. So we got 8 times pi over, times 1, which is 8 pi, over 5 times 2 pi. 5 times 2 pi, it's just 10 pi. Okay, and so let's simplify that. So the pi's cancel, so we got 8 over 10, and we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 2, and we got 4 over 5. Okay, so what we do know then is this red length is 4/5 of this entire black line. Okay, so this red line is going to be 4/5 of this black line. Okay, so that's what this is saying. So now that we found what this red line is, which is 4/5, we're going to now go ahead and find the area of this entire circle. So let's go ahead and find the area of this entire circle. So we got area is equal to pi r squared, and a is equal to, and then radius is 15, right? 15, so radius is 15. 15 times 15 is, so 15 times 15 times 15 is 225. So we got 225 pi. So that is the entire area of this circle. But we don't want the entire area of the circle. We just want 8 pi over 5 of it, okay? Or in terms of this entire circle. So this is talking about the central angle. But we want to know what the central angle is in terms of this entire circumference. So the red line is 4/5 of this black line, right? This entire circle circumference. So what we need to get is 225 pi. So we're going to get 225 pi, which is the area. So that's the area. And then we have to take 4/5 of it. So we have to get 4/5. Let me write that. We have to get 4/5 of, multiplication means of, 225 pi. Okay, so let's do 4 times 225. 4 times 225, and that's equals to 900, and then that's over 1. So 900 pi over 5, because 5 times 1 is 5, and then 900 divided by 5, which is equal to 180. So that area of that sector, right? The area of the sector is 180 pi. Okay. So this area right here, this colored area, is going to be 180 pi. So let's take a look. 180 pi centimeters squared. And yep, looks good to me. All right, let's go do another problem. Okay, so all right. A sector with an area of 26 pi centimeters. So this right here is the 26 pi centimeters. Has a radius of 6. So the radius of 6. And what is the central angle measure of the sector in radians? So we want to find this right here. We want to find that right there. We want to find that. Okay. And the question is, what is the angle, right? What is the angle? That is the question that we have. But we don't want it in degrees. We actually want it in radians. So not angle, but radians. Okay. So let's go ahead and first find out what part this entire area is to the whole of the circle. Okay. And to find the whole area of a circle, I just do A is equal to pi r squared. And then pi, what's my radius? Radius is 6 squared, and A is equal to 36 pi. Because 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36 pi. And so that's my area for this entire circle. The area of the sector, so AS, is 26 pi. So if I do, so this entire area, I'm gonna give it a different color. This entire area, this entire sector, okay, this entire sector is going to be 36 minus 26, which is 10 pi. Okay, so this area of the blue sector is 10 pi. Okay. But we actually don't need that information, but I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay. Okay, so we need to know what part this colored sector is to the whole of the circumference, and the whole of the circumference is 36. The area of the sector is 26 pi. So what we can do is we know that it is going to be 26 pi over 36 pi, and that cancels out. We got 26 over 36, and then we're gonna divide the numerator, the denominator, by 2. And we get 13 over 18. Yes. So we know that this colored section is 13/18 of this entire circle. Okay. So so this 18 is representing this entire circle. This 13th, this is representing this, this colored section. So then let's go ahead and do this. So if 13/18 is that, we know that this entire angle right here, this entire angle is, we know that that is 2 pi. We know that that's 2 pi. So 2 pi, and then remember this entire area is representing by 18. So if this entire area is 18, and if this entire circle is 2 pi, then what is just this angle here, which represents 13 in terms of pi? So in order for us to do this, we just do the cross multiplication like the and like the, and we're gonna go 13 times 2 pi. 13 times 2 pi is equal to 18x, and we got 26 pi is equal to 18x. Divide 18 on both sides, and we got 26 pi over 18, and we're gonna divide the numerator and denominator by 2, I believe, and then we got 13 pi over 9. Yep, 13 pi over 9. So my answer then, this central angle is 13 pi over 9 in terms of radians. So, which makes sense, right? It's greater than 9 pi, okay, which is 9 over 9, which is 1 pi. So it's greater than 1 pi, which is half of it. And yeah, so that seems about right. So let's see, 13 pi over 9, 13 pi over 9, and we get it. Nice. This is my first time doing these problems, and so it's pretty involved, you know? And so I'm like, oh, I hope I don't get it wrong, because I did a lot of this work, and then I'm gonna have to re-record this video, which is really sad. But let's try this one. Let's do this one, because we're gonna do this in terms of degrees, okay? So once again, let's go ahead and find the entire area, which is a equals pi r squared, a equals pi r squared. And r is 18, r is 18 squared, and a is equal to pi. 18 squared is 18 times 18, so we got 18 times 18, which is 324, and then a is equal to 324 pi. Okay, so this is 324 pi in terms of the area, and then this color section is 234, which is the part, and the whole is 324. So we want to know what parts to the whole it is in terms of fractions. So we're gonna get 234, which is the area of the sector, over 324, which is the whole. Okay, and so we're gonna go ahead and simplify that. I think it's gonna be a little bit let's just divide by 2's and then simplify it from there. So I'm going to divide the numerator and denominator by 2. 234 divided by 2. 234 divided by 2 is 117. 117 pi. And then 324 divided by 2. 324 divided by 2 is 162. 162. And I think that might actually be the simplest form. Okay. So I got this length right here, or this entire area, right, is 1/17 pi over 162. Okay, so that is in terms of this entire area, in terms of a fraction. So this colored section is 1/17 pi over 162. Okay. Whoops, sorry, that's actually not true. The pi's cancel out, right? The pi's cancel out like that. And so these cancel out, and so it's just gonna be 117 over 162. Because 117 pi is 117 times 3.14, and that's greater than 162, and that wouldn't make sense. So we got 117 over 162 is this area right here, okay? So let's talk about this in terms of degrees, right? So 117 parts to the whole. This is the whole, 162. This entire thing is represented by 162. And we're talking about in terms of degrees. So if this is 162, and then that's 360 degrees, right? If this is 162, then this represents this entire circle is represented by 360. So what section is that, right? If the entire circle is 360 and it's represented by 162, then what is the part that says 117 in terms of degrees? So what we're going to do is we're going to do this thing right here, and then this thing right here, and then we're going to do that. So 117 times 360 is equal to 162 times x. So let's do 117 times 360. 117 times 360. Enter. That's 42,120. 42,120 is equal to 162x. Divide 162 on both sides, and then divide 162. So actually we're gonna get the answer. Divide that by 162. And then we got 260. We got 260 is equal to x. So this central angle, which is represented by x degrees, is 260, apparently. So let's try. So we're gonna go here. I'm gonna say 260 degrees, and voila. Good. All right. So let's take a look at this one. Okay. And this, I think, will be my last question, because I think I did enough for you guys to get a hang of this. All right, so let's take a look at a sector with the central angle measure of 175 degrees, has a radius of 12 centimeters. So let's go ahead, and I want to find the area of this entire sector, so this shaded section. So let's go ahead and find the entire area of this entire circle, okay? Then I can find the fraction of that entire circle. So I'm gonna go A is equal to pi r squared and pi, and then r is 12 squared, right? R is 12 squared, 12, and then 12 squared, and A is equal to 144 pi. Okay, so A is equal to 144 pi. So that is the area of this entire circle. And then now let's take a look at 175 in terms of this hole, right? This hole is 360 degrees. So 175 degrees over 360 degrees. And I'm going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 5. So 175 divided by 5. 175 divided by 5. That's going to be 35. Over 360 divided by 5. Over 360 divided by 5. And that's 72. 72. So what it's saying is that this angle, right, this angle is 35ths over 72, and this entire circle represents 72. So if this entire central angle was 72, then just this blue part, or this purple part would be 35. That's what that's saying, right? So if this 175 is 35ths to 72 in terms of this entire circle, which is 360 degrees, then now we can get this. So what is 144 pi? What is 35 over 72? What is 35 72 fifths? Or 72, yeah, 72ths. I don't even know how to say that. Of 144 pi, okay? So we're gonna do 3/5, 35 over 72ths multiplied by 144. Okay, so what is that of 144 pi, right? So put that over 1. 35 times 144. There we go. 35 times 144, and that's gonna be 5040. 5040 pi over 72 times 1 is 72, and then we're going to do 5040. We're going to divide that, 5040, that was 5040, right? Yeah, divided by 72, divided by 72 is 70, pi, and so my answer is 70 pi. Okay, so let's take a look. 70 pi. I was so scared because I didn't see the answer for a second. All right, so I think that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.